So my name is Judit Ferencz, and I'm an illustrator, and I got involved with Dawn of the Unread in the Almaraville chapter. I was the illustrator, Nikki Monaghan was the writer. We worked together on this chapter. I got into illustration once I moved to the UK. I studied here in Kingston. I studied illustration and animation, and through that, after I graduated, my first commission, I think it was in publishing. I'm just thinking which one was mine. Well, I think I just got in. It was through the degree show. Some people from Random House came to see my work, and then I got an interview with Random House with my portfolio, and then it was, you know, people passed my name, so I just got contacts, and then that's how. Yeah, it seems a long time now. I like stories, so I like to work with stories, and so that kind of, because there's lots of things people do with illustration, and I think that's draw me towards publishing and literature. So book covers and even editorials are, well, book covers are the typical work for an illustrator if they want to engage with literature. I mean, there's children's books, but I haven't really done many children's book or children's work. And my first book cover, that was just I did a self-initiated project, and I printed that into a book. It was like a small graphic novel, and I sent it to people, publishers, and then I was contacted by an art director from the Vintage Classics, and I got a commission. I always struggle with not having a routine. Yeah. So I really work night and day before deadlines, but I find it difficult to have keep a routine. Maybe there are things that generally happen, like I tend to work in the night more or afternoon. But this place, so I sometimes work from here, sometimes work from home, sometimes I work from a cafe. So it really depends on the type of thing as well. The studio is really good to make mess, because I can't really do that at home, and also it's just really good to have other people around that they can give advice or opinions, and it's not just about my work, but I see some other people's work, and then that really influences me somehow. So it's just nice to be within a creative environment. I think my style is quite graphic and bold. So I don't use many colors, and I tend to do more in the abstract field. So the way I work is before I start. So if I have a brief, I do a lot of ideas in the sketchbook, and I sometimes go on site to if there is a link or somehow where I can go on site to draw. So that all feeds into somehow the final final idea, and then well, there isn't like two strict ways. It's always kind of open, and I think that the method should come from the idea. It shouldn't be like you have to work this way because of the style. But for Almaraville, I worked with so I had pencil sketches of the of each page, and then I worked with some gouache paint, like these, just like on the sheets separately, really loose, and then I scanned them in, and then I arranged it in Photoshop as it was in the original pencil sketch, and then I flattened it and added the color. Well, my brushwork remains as I do it by hand, but then I put it together, so it's more like constructing the page or the image, depends, and also, yeah, for colors. This is the first page, and Nikki planned it so that in the center of the page there's the Ashpley library. Did I say it right? I've never had to say that. And she, so in her description there were lots of things. It should be a busy page with ravers going to the library, and then the lions, the left lion and the other lion, and the goose fair. So I just put everything in there, and then I made this frame so it looks like it references a map, and I put her text in there. So that's the first page. I liked playing with the frames, and then with having 3 colors, and then how because of the peel. So when she takes the peel, everything, the reality changes around her in the story. So I wanted to reflect that somehow in the visuals, and so one way was for me to, because the peel is red, so then everything becomes red. Simple. Or also changing the, like playing with the negative, positive, negative shapes, and with the frames. And I just really like Nikki's text, Nikki's script. So their conversations were I just liked the voice of that in my head, so I could really play with it, how it's said and how that moves around on the page. I thought that was a really interesting one because I never actually worked with a writer in this way. I mean, before I've illustrated short stories but not. I've never worked together with the writer, so it was exciting that Nikki and me would shape the story together. So it was, I would do something and she would do something, and then that would change my way, and then maybe that would change her. So I had some initial ideas, and I think she sent me her first script, which I thought was really interesting and exciting. But I actually really just got into it once we met up. So, and we had a chat about it, so I could see more clearly, or I had more of a vision what she wanted to say with this. And then, so she sent me the script broken down to pages, and then I did pencil sketches for that. I waited for her to approve, and then so we kind of worked parallelly, I think, but we all were going for the same end or aim. And then yeah, it's always like this with me, that it only comes together towards the very end. And then for her as well, because I think I started to use her text in the final pages, and then she added more or changed a little bit the conversations, and then I changed the conversation, the yeah, like how the text and the images work on the page. So yeah.